These features will evolve GTA 6 forever.
So considering how dry everything is and seeing that you guys are requesting more GTA 6 wishlist videos, I thought, why not? So this is even more things that we want to see within Grand Theft Auto 6, and that's what we're going to be getting into in today's video. Real quick, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome in, please consider subscribing to Project Vice, and of course, turn on the post notifications.
Yeah, I mean, do that for me too. Hit the like button, at least.
Didn't miss an upcoming GTA 6 upload. And real quick, before we get straight into this one, a big thank you goes out to GGNet, today's video sponsor. Are you fed up with grinding businesses in GTA 5 Online? Just to afford
All right, no offense, Vice, but I don't want to watch that.
members, as well as 20, and use my code link down in the description below or in the pinned comment to head on over there. You don't want to miss out. Coming up first, we have an underground fight club. Now, this is something that we saw within GTA 4, the Ballad of Gay Tony. Rockstar introduced it for the first time within this DLC. And essentially what would happen is you would enter into the cage and fight off various opponents in bracket style like matches. You could bet money on outcomes and the difficulty would increase as you would progress. Now, whilst it was cool to see this back in 2009, it definitely, most certainly needs a major overhaul if Rockstar wants to reintroduce it.
I used to be laughing at this so much because once you beat up one person, another person just runs straight in. It's like they lined up outside, just ready to get their tail whooped.
Into GTA 6. One way would be to introduce some type of skill progression tree where every time you would beat off various opponents and win, it would reward you by improving your stats. Some examples for skill branches could be a power tree, a technique tree, and even one for endurance. Now, Rockstar would probably have to find some type of perfect balance to not allow players to exploit it. By abusing the system, there would definitely need to be some type of delicate approach when implementing it within game. Now, the cool thing about this, if this was implemented in this way, we could transfer these skills as Jason and or Lucia in the world of Vice City and Leonida when we are in a street fight, any other mission where it involves some type of fighting type elements where we are unable to use our weapons. Now, some of you,
I mean, I don't really see the need for a skill tree. I mean, I think that you could just like go, like they'll say, what kind of move would you like to add after whooping somebody? And then that would be cool. But a skill tree, I feel like that's turning it into like an RPG. And I don't think GTA is an RPG, but I mean, if they add it, I won't complain.
You may recall there was a scene within trailer 2 where we see Lucia cage fighting. So it looks like this is seemingly going to be returning. However, we aren't sure at this point in time if this is just part of a cutscene or if it is part of a mission or maybe during free roam. I feel like this is going to be some type of side activity that is going to be a part of the game and returning from the Ballad of Gay Tony. And there's also a screenshot where we see Lucia punching a boxing bag. And based off what we understand about Lucia's character bio is that she has been fighting for her family, which landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. So perhaps maybe Rockstar could utilize cage fighting and boxing.
Wait, she went to jail for fighting? Wow.
As introductions to Lucia's background, and also introduce it as some type of side activity that we can partake in at any point in time. And historically speaking, Rockstar have done this in the past where they like to introduce side activities with their main characters. For example, introducing street races with Franklin in GTA 5. This is one way Rockstar loves to fill up the world, but also flesh out the characters with the introduction of these side activities. So Rockstar could do the same by utilizing Lucia as a way to introduce underground fight clubs and cage fighting within 6. I just hope we see a major overhaul to it, not only in relation to like a skill progression tree, but also as well some other unique elements that could make it really, really interesting. Up next, we have a functional prison system.
So the underground fighting, I mean, I'll take it. I wasn't really a big fan of it in T-Boxed. That's how you say it. But I'll take it. I mean, it's no issue. If they put it in there, I'm gonna go do it. Let's see what he's talking about.
Now, most notably in GTA 5, we did have the Bolingbroke Penitentiary. Now, it did, for the most part, look like a realistic prison. You saw a massive compound with guard towers, a prison yard, and a high security perimeter. There are prison guards roaming around and even inside the prison as well, so it doesn't make it feel like a fairly realistic real-life prison. However, the thing is that anytime you got arrested, there was no prison system that was implemented. You would only just get busted by police, and once you get bailed, the money would be posted, your ammo and body armor would be confiscated as well. But other than that, that was pretty much about it. So it kind of left the penitentiary as just a backdrop or something in the background that you could go and visit to. But other than that, it wasn't necessarily, not even a part of the story.
I'm not talking a lot because I'm trying to hear my boy out, because This is my boy.
Storyline, but not even a part of free roam and the open world sandbox. Now in GTA 6, based off, let alone the first trailer, we do know that the prison is going to be having much more of a significant focus this time around, considering that one of our main protagonists, Lucia, is in custody.
Right.
We see her
Lucia
interact with
custody.
Stephanie, one of the social workers at the Leonardo Department of Corrections. We see her in the classic orange prison jumpsuit. We see a fairly structured prison environment in the background of one of the shots where she's at the window. And you see some prison inmates walking around free roaming. You also see some
Now, see, my question is, with this system, aren't y'all going to get irritated because it's too realistic? I've seen a lot of videos where people say they don't want it to be realistic. They don't want like to have these kind of features in there. They just want to respawn, shoot each other. So aren't y'all going to get kind of irritated with this kind of gameplay?
other prison inmates sitting down, chatting, and likely having their own meals. Based off this alone, this is already much more activity than the Bolingbroke Penitentiary. You also see on the GTA 6 website, Lucia in her prison orange jumpsuit, and there are some other prison inmates in the background. And then in the second trailer, we see Jason picking her up from prison. Now, I feel like this is most likely just tied to a story cutscene and not necessarily anything that is related to a functional prison system or anything along those lines outside of the story. However, I do feel when playing as Lucia, when we are serving our time at the Leonardo Penitentiary, I feel like there are going to be some type of mini games that we are going to partake in that are tied to the overarching storyline. And the reason why I say this is because there is a scene within trailer 2 that does showcase Lucia being forced to do some community service picking up some rubbish. A user on the GTA 6 Reddit page pointed
Now this is what I'm interested in. I want to do this. I want to pick up the trash. I feel like this is fire.
out by saying maybe these are used to introduce us into some of the mechanics. Also could be some side activities we are forced to do in a specific given time to not get revoked from parole. I actually wouldn't be surprised if this is a part of some type of mini game. You do see there is a police cop to the left with a checklist, keeping tabs on all the prison mates.
You got that clipboard. You get out of line, you're going to go back to the bus.
It's ensuring that they are completing their tasks. So as mundane as this sounds, I wouldn't be surprised if these types of side activities are going to be introduced. Hopefully they are somewhat engaging. And maybe this could tie into what I was talking about earlier with cage fighting and fight clubs as a whole being a part of the prison itself. And maybe this is where we hone in our skills during our time as a prison inmate, where we partake in boxing as well. So I don't know, maybe a functional prison system could work really well in GTA 6. Maybe it is only just tied to the overall storyline, but I think it would be really cool if outside the story we are able to interact with it and maybe it is involved to some degree. Or perhaps maybe this functional prison system may be implemented more so in the next iteration of GTA Online outside of the single player and storyline with Lucia and Jason. The only time we see the prison feature within GTA 5 Online is when you are performing the prison break heist. Other than this, there's really not much else to it where the prison is involved in online. So yes, a full functioning prison system within GTA 6 is most definitely a must if executed right. Up next,
He said it's a must. Look, for me, add the prison system. I feel like a lot of people that go around shooting everybody and causing the havoc might need to go downtown, you know? Send them downtown, get their brains right. Everybody take a breather, and maybe they'll think about, you know, their actions and think about the consequences that come with shooting somebody like me. I'm friendly. Don't shoot me.
next we have an advanced car theft system. Now in GTA 5, it is piss easy to steal cars off the street. There's no mini game associated with stealing vehicles. It's literally pressing the triangle or the Y button on your Xbox controller, getting in the car, and your character.
Hold up, PV. What about F? What about PC, bro? This is what I'm talking about. We never get any love.
Wires the vehicle and
We
you're
never
ready to
get no
drive
love.
off. There's only a few animations that play out, like lock picking the car or elbowing the car and breaking the glass window. And the other animation sequence being literally just smashing the glass window with your fist. So it's really, really simple and way too easy to steal vehicles. There definitely needs to be some type of minigame associated with this system.
Now I say this, but be careful what you ask for, because we've been working diligently at the office. Be careful what y'all wish for.
And Rockstar
I'm gonna talk to Strauss about it, but be careful, bro. Just be careful.
have done it before with GTA Chinatown Wars releasing back in 2009, where there were various minigames that you had to partake in order to steal the vehicles. One of the minigames did involve hot wiring the vehicle in order to steal it. As you can see, there was a text that popped up on screen saying, remove the screws to open the panel, then connect the ends of the exposed wires to hotwire the vehicle. In my opinion, it was actually quite intuitive and very intricate with the amount of detail that Rockstar put into it. And with new vehicles, there was an immobilizer bypass that you did use for newer or higher end vehicles. As you can see with the text on screen popping up for this one saying, connect your PDA, then enter the immobilizer code. Another minigame did involve utilizing a screwdriver.
I had this game, but I didn't really like it like that. I mean, it was decent, but it wasn't. I didn't play it a lot. I didn't even know all this was going on.
The text on screen popped up saying you can touch the screen to interact with highlighted items, touch a screwdriver, slide it into the ignition lock, then rotate it to force the ignition lock so that you can drive the car. Now, all of these little mini games are definitely very, very cool because it does involve the player and does require some player skill. And this is something we most certainly should see in Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, the positive thing to note is that based off the September 22 leaked files, it seems like we are going to be seeing these elements being introduced into the game. The immobilizer bypass was listed in the leaked files with a description saying hacking the immobilizer using the PDA by matching the code for luxury vehicles as seen in GTA Chinatown Wars for luxury car theft.
What?
So it looks like if it isn't cut, of course, because that leaked footage was from many, many years ago now, hopefully it isn't. That means we
Many years ago is true, bro. Like 2022. That was 4 years ago, man.
are likely going to be seeing this being introduced for the first time in a mainline GTA entry. And a Slim Jim was listed as well with a description saying unlocking car doors. It can't open newer cars with internal defenses such as barrier blocks and shrouds for operating rods and lock cylinders.
See, I kind of like this. I ain't gonna lie, because if I had 4 Slim Jims in my inventory or whatever this kind of system they're using, I should be able to get those cars. But somebody that doesn't have the Slim Jims should not be able to get those cars. You know what I mean?
So maybe use
Maybe
only
I'm
for older ones. So similar to the screwdriver used in Chinatown Wars, it's likely going to be utilize this Slim Jim for older vehicles in Grand Theft Auto 6. It's going to be really interesting to see how this is going to play out in action because we haven't really seen any proper official gameplay of it. Obviously, we got that leaked footage, but there was nothing that did show us about stealing cars or anything along those lines. If I had to predict, I wouldn't be surprised if we see perhaps maybe Rockstar showcasing it for the first time within one of the upcoming gameplay trailers. Typically, Rockstar likes to showcase new and innovative things within these gameplay trailers, so I wouldn't be surprised if maybe this does get included. Regardless of the fact though, we definitely need to see some type of advanced car theft system, something that actually makes it difficult to break into vehicles rather than just what we've seen with GTA 5 and all the other previous Grand Theft Auto entries. But anyways, guys, now I'm going to pass over you down in that comment section below. What do you make of everything we discussed within today's video?
Well, that's the video from Project Vice. I'm not gonna lie, Project Vice or PV. I like your takes. I think that the first one, I'm not really too much of a fan of, but the other two, the car theft and then the I can't remember right now, but I know that I like it. I like the takes, bro. I feel like these things will definitely improve GTA 6 to a level that we've probably never seen before. So that's pretty much it. I'm sorry for the low energy right now, y'all. I kind of just woke up, but I wanted to chat, so I did chat. But hey man, y'all make sure y'all go over to Project Vice channel. If y'all don't know who that is, y'all like his video, comment, subscribe, and that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all around. Peace.